Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today I'm doing a quick get ready with me. I will be pointing this way a little bit because my mirror is in front of me, but this is going to be a quick get ready with me slash talking about my Muslim revert story. So I'm starting wearing just a ninja cap. This is actually off of the Wish app, so I only paid like $1 for it. It did take a little while to come in, but just for something that's gonna go underneath my hijabs, I figured this was a good, like, affordable alternative. So this is just like my everyday makeup, nothing too fancy or anything like that. So first thing I start off with is just shaping my brows a little bit. So I use the MAC brow pencil in spikes. There we go. So I don't sculpt them all crazy or anything. I just make sure they have a little bit of shape and definition. I haven't got my eyebrows done because I want to get like a new shape to them. But yeah, okay, so my revert to Islam. It is nothing crazy. It's not revolutionary or anything like that. I mean, to me, it was life changing, obviously, but it's not a crazy story for me to like really share. But since people have been asking, since obviously in my prior videos I am not covered, I didn't feel like I owed anyone an explanation, but it is nice to just get to know each other. So basically, I was in the past few years have been the best and worst years of my life, if that makes any sense. It just a lot was going on, positively as well as negatively, all at the same time. And I just felt like something was missing in my life. I have a wonderful fiance, my kids are amazing, I have a roof over our head, we have a roof over our heads, food in our bellies, so everything was going okay, but there were still a couple of things that weren't perfect, obviously. Not that I wanted a perfect life, but there were just some things that would cause depression, anxiety, and things like that. And so then I started doing some research on Islam. My husband, my fiance, is Muslim, and he does a lot of studying about Islam. There's a lot to learn about any religion you choose. You should really learn about it. Oh, this is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So I just cover out those stray hairs. So just, listening with him, and I've always been curious about Islam. I always thought it was beautiful, when I saw covered women, even the men in their thobes. I just thought they just looked so beautiful. And then and I'm covering my eyelids with concealer just because I have some darkness. I always thought it was beautiful, a beautiful religion. Despite what the media says, I never thought that they were, we were kind of like, violent people and things like that. Every religion has radicals. Obviously there's Christian radicals, there's just everything. It's just the way of life. Even non-religious people are radical at the end of the day. So yeah, so as I was researching with him, well, not researching, but listening to his studies, and then I picked up this book. A lot of Muslim sisters recommended it to me, but I hand through the door for my new sister. So and I actually reverted to YouTube for a lot of guidance and see how women thought about it, because my fiance always said, if you know Islam is your thing, I want you to kind of, you know, if you have questions, you can come to me, and I just cover up any redness I have around my nose. Usually I use like the Real Technique sponge for this, but I'll just use my Sigma concealer F75. So he said you can come to me, but I don't want anyone to think that you're doing this for me. So, you know, take this journey and kind of make it your own. So I thought that was, you know, that was fine. That was, you know, great advice. So, you know, it was at least a year I was doing research and just seeing what women's thoughts were, because, you know, there's that misconception that it's you know, oppressed to women, or, you know, whatever it may be, where it's actually like the very opposite. Basically, we have our own power to share with you what we want and what we don't want, you know, as long as it's, you know, you make it what you want, what you need. But, you know, we'll get into that. So basically, you know, with lots of research, getting to know other hijabi women, and just, you know, seeing how incredible the community was. I am in the Philadelphia area, which has a big Islamic community. You know, one day I was just like, you know what, it was like a month before my surgery, had lots of anxiety, and one of the stories I listened to was, you know, once you let Allah into your heart, that kind of, you know, He takes care of your depression and anxiety. And I'm gonna say that after I took my Shahada, which is a story in its own, well, not really a story in its own, but, you know, let's go over it. So the day I wanted to take my Shahada, you know, I have a Muslim sister. She actually introduced me to another Muslim sister who she made an overgarment for me. She was just amazing. Within the span of 5 hours, she just made sure that she was there with me while I took my Shahada. I wasn't doing it alone, and that to this day, like, is so amazing to me. Like, we never met, we spoke on the phone, we met at the masjid. She gave me an overgarment that she made, handmade, and, you know, I went in and took my Shahada, and life has been amazing. You know, very positive. I had my VSG surgery, just things have been going pretty good. So yeah, I just, you know, like I said, it's not something crazy, but it is something that happens. And it was just, she took me out to dinner afterwards, because it was during Ramadan as well. So during Ramadan, it is the time where a lot of people get called, not called, but the world is really open to Islam. So a lot of people do convert during Ramadan, because, you know, you just witness a lot of beauty and just so much stuff going on with the religion. You just, you know, you're intrigued by it. So I just put some of the Maybelline Fit Me powder on, and I just bronzed my face with this Urban Decay bronzer. I don't even know if they make it anymore. It's in Gilded. It does have some sparkle to it. Let's see. But it's beautiful, just to like warm up the skin, give me some definition to my cheeks. This is just some cheap brush. It's on my page somewhere, on my favorite brushes. But yeah, so a lot of people get called to Islam. You know, your heart is open during Ramadan. And so that's it. I took my Shahada. It's very simple. You know, all you have to do is show up to any masjid and say or any mosque, you know, whatever, it can go by either name, and say you want to take your Shahada, and they will do it for you. So what I loved about my imam is he didn't just was like, here, recite this, and, you know, you're Muslim now, which some do, you know, I mean, which is just practice, you know, recite your Shahada, and then, you know, you're Muslim. So what he also did was recite it in Arabic, break it down in English, recite it in Arabic again, and just explain it to me. So it's just beautiful. So yeah, and then all the women there, like, I cried. I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried after I took my shahada, because I really felt like a new person afterwards. And ever since then, you know, I'm not perfect, but I do feel like I've been a more positive person. Sorry, this is a sample, or like a deluxe size, of the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Feisty. So it's just like a nude blush that I use like every day now. I cleaned out my makeup collection not too long ago, and I put this just to give to my face. So then I use my same powder brush, which I think was just found at, like, my mother-in-law gave it to me. They're like, they look like unicorn horns. I think they sell these at like Ross, Marshalls, but I love them. I really do. Sorry. So I just take any kind of fluffy brush and use that same bronzer and put it in my crease, just so my eyes don't look flat, because we did put that concealer on, since I do have some darkness in my eyes. Of course, my camera overheated. I'm not sure where we ended at, but I think I was just putting a little bit of bronzer in my crease. With a fluffy brush. I can't remember where I was at with my Revert story, but basically, it's like I said, it's not some extravagant story like I was in a car accident, you know what I mean? It's just life wasn't where I wanted to be, like, emotionally, spiritually, just inside. Something was missing, and once I've opened my heart to Islam, my heart feels complete, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so okay, bronzer, blush. So I just like blended it all with my powder brush. I don't use any foundation or anything like that. It's summertime, like nobody got time for it. And then I use my Lemonade palette. It's a highlighter palette. It has these 4 colors. I usually mix these two. I think I'm just gonna use the lighter color, because I've lost some of my tan. And this brush, this blue brush, is from Mint Pear M64. I don't know, I got it in an Ipsy bag, I believe. So since I don't use any foundation or anything, just like to get glowy. And again, I use the same powder brush and just blend it out. I forgot to set my brows. I just use the same thing I've been using my whole life. Is the e.l.f. clear brow gel. But yeah, that is really it for my Muslim story. I hope you guys weren't like looking for some extravagant story, because I really didn't have it, like I said, but I've been having so many questions, so I'm looking for like a nude color to wear, a nude lipstick. I'm just gonna go with this color. It's by this company called Mellow Cosmetics. It's in the color Posh. Probably doesn't look like much. Oh, and just a little bit of mascara. I just got this in my Ipsy bag yesterday. It's a MAC False Lashes Extreme Black. It was pretty refreshing to see a MAC product in my Ipsy bag. I think, yeah. I've gotten the Prep and Prime, which I keep saying I'm going to use, and I never do a sample of the Prep and Prime primer. Well, let's see how this mascara is. So the brush is pretty convincing. I like big bristle brushes. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, specific questions, because I really didn't know what to say, but I've gotten questions like, when did you start covering, when did you convert? Luckily it's just been, seems like just curiosity and nothing like, you know, hate or anything like that. But I guess it was an elephant in the room. Like, I haven't been on YouTube in years maybe, and I've been planning on coming back for a while. But now that I think, like I said, now that my life is kind of where I want it to be emotionally, I feel like I can make the best content. Because I feel like when you're down, that really shows in your videos. Yeah, this is really much all I do. Sometimes I might highlight my inner tear ducts, but I'm really not going anywhere. So yeah, this is it. This is the hijab I'm wearing today. Maybe, like I said, I really don't have plans on going anywhere, but let's see. I'm not the biggest fan of chiffon hijabs, to be honest. I usually stick to jersey hijabs like 90% of the time. So yeah, like I was saying, I typically stick to jersey hijabs. They're just the easiest to style. You typically don't even need pins. This one I put a pin here, or with the jersey ones there's which I'll make a hijab video soon, because I buy really affordable hijabs. Some have been gifted to me by some of my Muslim sisters, but yeah, it's just I don't know, it's been an exciting time, lots of learning, but yeah, I really don't know what else to say, so I think I'm gonna end this here. If you guys want to know, like I said, if you have questions about where to get like affordable hijabs, how to style hijabs, which I'm still learning how to do these chiffon hijabs, but they are like the most beautiful and elegant ones. Like jersey hijabs kind of look like you're just like being comfy, but they're so easy to style. They're stretchy, they're soft. These are like just, you know, chiffon. So yeah, I think that's all. I wanted just to get another video out. So yeah, I'm gonna end this here. Assalamu alaikum.